Welcome to our overview of Acumatica e-commerce with BigCommerce integration. We're going to start with looking at the web store and going over to where we go to BigCommerce setup. And here we've created one store. You can have multiple stores. Those stores can have different logins, different paths, different passwords and locations. So you could set one up for multiple languages. You can also add the administrator. This would be one of your Acumatica users that would receive notification of any sync issues, can be sent to their email, to the desktop, or to their phone. Once you have your setups and your store paths ready, we can go take a look at the entity settings. Entities are things that you want to pass information between Acumatica and the store. Things like your prices, your stock items, sales orders and shipments. We'll see a little bit of this later, but just this is where you set up whether these things are going to be imported or exported, who owns that, whether it's the external system or your ERP, and whether you want that real-time sync or whether you want to wait and push it. You may not want your stock items to be updated every time you change inventory, and you want to do that on a scheduled or regular basis. Let somebody go in and push the items out to the store. Another tab here is the customer settings, where you can set up your customer class, pull that from your Acumatica solution, however you define your customers, what you want the auto numbering to be, whether it be an e-commerce customer or a guest if they decide not to register on your site. Inventory settings is where you set your defaults. These can be changed by individual item, such as your visibility, whether you want that quantity or the item to be visible on the store or not, whether you want to track quantities. When you track quantities, it's going to let people know if you're out of stock, and then you can change it to set as pre-order, or you can make it unavailable, but leave it on the store. If I change this to track quantity, then I have the option to decide when I'm out of stock, do I make it unavailable or set as pre-order? So how do I handle out of stock situations? I'm going to go ahead and leave ours as don't track quantity. Availability mode has to do with, again, the Acumatica setup for availability, whether you use available for shipping, on hand, or available, part of your Acumatica settings, and which warehouse you're going to use to calculate the quantity available. Going to the order settings, if you wanted to, you could create a different order type for just your e-commerce orders. For instance, you could set it as EO for BigCommerce order. It would still operate on the same template as the sales order, or you can just leave them all as sales orders. It's your choice. This is where you set up other information such as your shipping rules, your taxes, and so on. And then your payment settings, what payment authorizations you're going to allow. Set that up for each of the stores that you want to operate on. I'll leave this without changing. And that's your BigCommerce setup. As I said before, the entities, again, are just the directional information that you want to do, and it can be by store, so you can do it differently for different stores. We'll get back to some of the rest of this in a little bit. As always, you're going to have your dashboard available. From the dashboard, you can get a good overview of everything that's going on with your store, what's been processed, what's prepared but not processed, any total revenue tracking, and your sales history on your store, all available from your dashboard. Next, let's look at how we set up our inventory. I'm going to go into my stock items. And I'm just going to take a look at one of the items we set up, such as maybe, here we go, t-shirt. T-shirts are one of my matrix items. I'm able to go in and look at the attributes, whether I have color, shirt size, what category I want it to be in on my store. I'm able to go in and take a look at related items. We don't have any in this case, but if I wanted to, I could create related items that would show up in the store where I could upsell, substitute, or cross-sell different items. When one item is purchased, suggest another item. I'm going to go over to my description. The description is going to be a full rich media interface. So what you see is what's going to show up on your BigCommerce store. Attributes are also something that you can set up as custom fields within the system. So if you add additional attributes, you'll be able to see all of those on your web store. Once you have your inventory set up, you're going to go back to your commerce and prepare the data and push that information over to the web store. Any prepared records, you'll see numbers over here for anything. As you've made changes in your inventory, it's going to begin to track those prepared records and available for you to go ahead and push and release those to the inventory or to the web store. Let's go to the web store. Over here, we're going to be able to take a look at our products. If we take a look at our products screen, you'll see that I've only got 2 items that I've actually posted out to the web store. And I'm going to go ahead and look at the t-shirt. In the t-shirt, you're going to see the descriptions come over, the pricing comes over, which category it belongs to. Here's that rich media. Basic images that are set up for starting points. The SKUs, the pricing. But then you'll notice down here, I've got the ability to add my variant options. The color drop down, the size drop down. And with each of the pictures, it'll change to be the correct color for what I'm selling. Additional modifications that I may have added, storefront details, and here's where I can determine if I want to use related products. So the system will automatically offer the upsell or cross-sell option for the customer. When I look at my orders, I'm going to be able to see all of the orders that are open and the status of those orders, shipped, awaiting fulfillment, and so on. But let's go ahead into the store. As a customer, I've already logged in, and I've got my web. This can be a scrolling screen. This is, again, just part of BigCommerce capabilities. Got my most popular products, new products available. So if I came down and I wanted to place an order, I've logged in as Matt, and I want to order t-shirt. So I can go ahead here, select the t-shirt that I want, the color that I want, the size. It changes the screen for me and allows me to add it to the cart. Normal shopping, I'm going to go ahead and proceed to the checkout. And I have a drop-down list of addresses I could use. I'm going to leave it as this one with a shipping rate of just $35 for that $10 shirt. I could add comments and say, I need it by Monday, and go ahead and hit continue. Next step is going to be to edit my credit card information. So I'm going to enter it. And I'll try that again and get it right, hopefully. There we go. And now I can place my order. Once I place my order, I could go back to shopping, just look at my consumer goods, or again, by the different categories that I've set up in my system. It automatically is going to map that to the right page. Let's go back to Acumatica and take a look at our sales orders. Again, this would be on the dashboard. I could pull it up from there, new sales orders coming in, but here's the sales order that I just placed. You can take a look at the notes. It says I need it by Monday. At that point, I think I better get this order out the door now, so I'm going to click on the sales order and create the shipment. This is all standard Acumatica sales order functionality. But I could go in if I wanted to and shop for rates, override the rates that may be defaulted from my website, go ahead and refresh the rates. Using Acumatica's capabilities, I'm going to be able to say I'm going to ship this by UPS ground. Maybe I wanted to get it there a different day. Shop for rates, confirm the shipment. And I'm done. If you remember our entities that we had, and some of them were automatically synced, others are not, I'm able to go out here and begin to prepare the shipments that I have ready to go out the door. So I'm going to select my shipment and prepare. One was processed. So now we're going to go back to my store and look at my account. Here's the updated order. This one's been shipped. I've ordered a few of them recently. Some of them are still awaiting fulfillment, but I can look through my orders, and I'm going to open up that order. That was for the one t-shirt. I can print the invoice, and I'll see my tracking number, so I can automatically follow UPS for the tracking order that's there, and take a look at the invoice that was prepared and print that out if I need a copy. And then go back to the rest of my orders. So everything is synced directly from the sales order, from the shipment, back out to the customer. They have all the information they need. And again, you could also email these to them as well. Going back to my order, I'll take a look at my orders, and I can see this one again has been shipped. I can track everything through the website here, or go back to my Commerce tab, to my sync history. And this is really a nice place to come and take a look at all the sync, everything that's been done with the system. But if I had a specific question about one of them, I could pull up a sales order, go back, and it immediately opens up the sales order right in Acumatica. I can track the order there. I could also track the shipment there by going to the shipping code, and there's the shipment that occurred for that item. Or I could go in and click on the external ID, which takes me to my web store. And here I see within the web store the order that was placed by Matt for Alta Ace for that t-shirt and all the information associated with it. When I'm done looking here, I can go back to my dashboard, take a look at all the information available to me here, whatever I would like. I can see the sales orders processed, trending products, top products, drill back into the information I need. I hope you can see that Acumatica's e-commerce and BigCommerce work seamlessly together. If you would like more information about integrating your web store with Acumatica, please contact us at ASWius.com.